Hey, welcome everyone to Mystics Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons here, Wilson Tarpe Jr. But Ray, you were in the building. Washington in their first game back after having nearly a week off. They took on the Dream. The last time they faced the Dream, they were missing Jordan Canada, who had got hurt in their preseason matchup which was several days before the regular season opener. She was back today. The Dream they came into this game 7-3, rain threes in this one, 18 triples by Atlanta in this game. So you were in the building. Just want to get your take on what happened this afternoon, both for the Dream and the Mystics.
Yeah, man, there was a tale of two offenses. One was clicking on all cylinders, and the other one wasn't. Um, yeah, this is the second game this season. The Mystics shot below 30% from the field as a team. Um, yeah, that you're not gonna win a basketball game like that. Uh, when you lose at the 3-point line, 50-49, it's kind of hard to overcome. Like no matter what you do in other areas of the game. Um, and that's basically what told the story, man. It's games like this where the glaring need for a true point guard for the Mystics is evident. They I don't know what they do in the meantime, but that's got to be something on their radar to rectify because you know starting off they were able to get a couple things going early in the first quarter, but when things kind of went haywire, there wasn't anybody to just settle the ship and direct traffic, and the offense was just out of whack the entire game. Um, and that hampered them defensively because they were always scrambling in transition instead of Atlanta taking the ball out the net and the Mystics having an opportunity to set up. So yeah, that basically what did them in. But yeah, Atlanta they were on a heater, man, from the beginning. I think Alicia Gray had 4 threes in the first quarter, and everybody else just followed suit. And yeah, man, it was just tough for the Mystics to overcome. But yeah, man, just shake it off. Get ready for the next one. They got another one on Tuesday, so can't dwell on this too long. But yeah, man, they got to defend the 3-point line better. That's been an issue of theirs the entire season. Um, and then they just can't have offensive games like this. We know sometimes it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle, but 29% from the field, that's you can't do that. And they were getting some of the looks were good. Like they missed a lot of makeable shots. So yeah, they just got to lock in and figure that out.
Yeah, we saw Alicia Gray the last couple times she's been here. She's shot very well in this building. Yeah, she got off to a crazy start in this one. Those thing was what was it, 5 triples in the first half. No, she finished with 32, but she was 6 of 9 from deep, 10 of 14 from the floor, just stupid efficient in this one. And the crazy part was, as the game went on, some of the shots she got were a little bit more open, which is crazy because we knew she was hot. But that spoke to what you were talking about. They just couldn't. And then when they got stops, Washington got stops. There was a stretch there in the second quarter. I thought that may have been the closest they were to the Dream for most of the afternoon, where they were both getting stops. They were able to get in it, and then they came out in the third quarter, and the Dream just blitzed them. That was it. They couldn't get anything on offense to stop the Dream at all or put any pressure on the Dream offensively. And I mean, they had 22 points in the second half total. Dream had 23 points in the third quarter alone. Um, but yeah, you got to guard the 3-point line better. And I think we had talked about the point guard several times this year. This was just definitely one of those games when it stuck out like a sore thumb. Jordan Canada, she didn't shoot the ball very well, but what she does for Atlanta is she takes both of their very gifted wings and they're off ball. They don't have to worry about playmaking as much, and we saw what that led to. They're already in. They're a lot to deal with as is. You throw in a floor general, and that frees them up so much. And a hell of a game from Canada from a floor general's perspective. No turnovers, plus 14, 7 rebounds. Only had a couple of assists, but the ball was moving to the point. I think they had 30. What was it? 31 made field goals this game. They had 24 assists. They were doing a great job offensively. Um, we see the comments. We'll get to them just a little bit. You had anything else you wanted to add, Ray, or get into, the wonderful question that sometimes is painfully obvious that I have to present time and time again. Player of the game.
No, we can move right ahead, man. Yeah, obviously Alicia Gray. She started off hot and never cooled off.
All right. X factor for you in this one.
I'm gonna go Tahina Pow. She had great minutes. She shot the ball really well too. 6 for 8 from the field, 4 for 6 from three. She's just continuing to develop and get better as the season goes on. Also, 5 assists and no turnovers, 16 points. It's a good day at the office.
So that's both of their point guards. One played star point guard playing 21 minutes, no turnovers. Backup point guard comes in 17 minutes, no turnovers. Right. Again, great job by the Dream. They're now 8-3. Washington falls to 4-7. Also for Ryan Howard, shout out to her. She became the fastest player in W history to hit 300 career threes. So I think she beat out DT by 1 game to do it, which is nuts. But shout out to her, especially on the night she didn't shoot the ball particularly well today. Speaks volumes. I know she's coming off, I think maybe 2 games ago? She hit 9 threes. It might have been their most recent game. She just came off.
I think it was the last game they played.
Last game. So, again, talking about these wings, Ryan hit 9 threes in their last game. Alicia did not shoot the ball well. Turn around this game, Ryan doesn't shoot the ball well, and Alicia hit 6 threes. Man. Embarrassment of riches at times. All right, Doug Dame. Some comments. The week off, Russ, I would throw this game out as a coach. Atlanta's a good team with an all-star at every position. Any comments, Ray?
I mean, you get games sometimes where you just gotta flush them. Looking at this game tape is just going to piss you off. But in that same vein, I think one thing that is relevant to a struggle they've been having all season is defending the 3-point line. Yeah, that's something they need to be mindful of and hone in on as things progress. But overall, yeah, this is just one of them days, man, where nothing goes right, and you don't dwell on it. You do address some things you need to address, but yeah, you're ready for Tuesday. That's the post game speech.
Facts on Tuesday. I think they're in Chicago to take on the Sky. We're coming off coming off a win. So they got their work cut out for them on the glass in back-to-back games.
Then they got Atlanta again at their place on Thursday.
Man. Sheesh, yeah. Hey man, at least you get a chance to get your lick back. Get an opportunity. It's up to you what you do with that. What y'all's take on helping off of 3-point shooters? We tell ours not to do it. And in the game, they still do it. You think it's just an experience? It's been something that's been kind of bothersome at times all throughout this year. I know we're only, 11 games in. They've had games where they've been really good with it. They've had games where it's cost them. But, right?
I mean, yeah, typically you don't want to help off too much. And it also depends on what's going on in the game at the moment. Sometimes you're going to have to help a little bit, and you got to work hard to recover. Of course, if it's depending on who it is, you kind of want to stay attached, but rotating is a part of defense. You just don't want people to get clean looks. But I mean, in a game like this, yeah, I wouldn't be helping too much, especially since the Dream aren't doing too much on the interior, and the Mystics have good interior defenders. So you should probably address more what's killing you. But yeah, for the most part, just play basketball, man. Lean on your defensive principles. Show when you can and recover and try to get a hand up.
This is, I think, earlier to your point, he was just saying he agrees. No point guard definitely shows not a good post entry passing team. Yeah, sometimes they struggle getting the ball inside to the bigs at times. And again, this is something we all knew for the year. So it's just part of it. Yes, she does. Yes, like a glove. I think that was apparent like in the first preseason game. Just fits. Um, 9 threes is crazy. Yeah, that's absurd. It's even more absurd when you think about the height of their wings. Embarrassment of riches over there. We even saw Nas Hillman getting on the action, knocking down threes today. But like you said, Ray, this is definitely one of the ones you just flush. You get focused on Tuesday, man. Got a chance on Tuesday, get a little bit back closer to 500, and make the most of this upcoming week. But they got 3 games this upcoming week. You got Tuesday, Thursday. They got it. I'm sorry, Tuesday. It's Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. Yeah, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. So they got Chicago, Atlanta, and then they host Dallas next Sunday. So you got a chance to go in this week, handle your business. If you're able to get 3 games this week, you're at 500 heading into the following week. We'll see what they do with that opportunity. Appreciate y'all, and we'll check in with y'all soon.